Everything is good. And now it's danger time for Koi, right? Life on the line, a round or two difference, and now they're in this position. On the defending side, we look at a couple of things. How does Wolfen look in this? Is he facilitated to the same degree? Can he have impact here? How does the rest of the roster slot around that? And similar questions for NRG.
Well, spin the wheel, both teams here. Heavy emphasis towards mid. Drones will trade off here. I think tags on both sides of it, but NRG not really going to find any damage to follow up on. Ardis actually catching one as they drift away from the front of B. Just looking, yeah. Both smokes committed on the side of Som, so they're going to have to wait out here. Deep hold towards CT from Starzo and Coldamento. Actually, Starzo all the way towards backside, actually, ready with that fault line, but NRG will find themselves a wide open C site. No resistance on the way in here, so very safe plant. Should be open for long here. That's a retake coming through.
Yeah, this is early. This is super early. Not safe in those post plants either. They want to get the blood drawn now. Now, yes, Wolfen's on the side, but he needs to get a frag, and he does, but only one. The back line hits, and it's Shaydos battering down NRG.
Wow.
Gorgeous offset on the timing there on that retake, Mike. It was just in between that safety of the post plants being set up.
Literally on the back of that spike tap coming through. Koi are ready to explode on the back of that recon. Paranoia sent through. Actually got to credit Atsley. Their ability to hold on to that, all of that utility from that initial trade-off in mid. Beautiful stuff from Koi to open up round one here on Haven. Yeah, Wolfen just happy to lead the charge here for Koi as well. Goes 1 for 1, but my eyes open. What was that, Shaydos?
Yeah, no, trade me. It's fine. Shaydos, if you want to come in and do that, I will take the 1-for-1 trade on the site. Go ahead. Snap like that. Go ahead. Ooh, force buy. Okay. We've got the buys coming out. Stingers.
Still trying to ride those stingers.
Look. Look. I'm fine. Not giving away too much just yet.
Well, this does actually have a Spectre as well.
Okay. So not cheap. Trex is in for a world of trouble here. And the panic, you can see it there. Didn't realize what he was up against by any means. And FNS with an early punish.
I love this smoke here just outside Bricks to deny the information. NRG happy to creep up behind it. And actually, yeah, the ping comes onto Hell here.
Yeah, Wolfen's in so much shape. How's he won that fight? Ardis looked good for it there. Maybe an outgun and over. Peek on it, but a quick trade, and FNS is keeping them in this game, but on towards the site. Starzo only going to get one. The trade's coming back in from Coldamenta. Victor there. They're on the side. They're still trying to battle it out. Shaydos can't do it again. And this time, NRG brawl it out.
So the fact that Wolfen lives there, like I said, the recon ping comes through just at the right time. Ardis unfortunately can't find it, but luckily the spacing spot on from NRG. They're able to follow through on that space created by Ardis in that cloud burst.
That's lovely.
So I love this smoke here. It just allows for so many different ways to approach this A-long. A little overzealous from Trex, I'm not going to lie, to go for that orb.
Yeah, it
with
felt
no dart behind it, no drone behind it, no real confirmation of presence at all. But like I said, that smoke is there to deny information.
Yep. He'll be kicking himself for that, but an opportunity to turn it around, but a certainly substantial lighter investment back. We have Frenzies, a couple of Sheriffs, no armor behind it either, so if any damage does come in, it would be quite surprising. Still looking like they want to look like they're continuing the C piece, but already the rotation coming in.
I think NRG just immediately feeling that that's going to be either a stack or a very, very early rotation coming through.
And rightly read. Nice call. So completely free A site here. FNS feeling no pressure, should facilitate the plant very comfortably.
Frenzy, 2 Sheriffs to work with on the way back through, but Starzo tagged up. That fault line should be coming back online, and it is, yeah, the recon as well. So a couple of tools, but it's as if Koi might just be waiting for some exits here. I want to plant the seeds that maybe that there's going to be some sort of retake attempt to come through, but I don't think they want to give away any more ult orbs here in terms of the early progress made by Crashies, Victor, FNS.
So close.
Might just want to fall to the spike. A wise decision here from Koi.
Yeah, it looks like the right call. And now the commitment. Yeah, you're absolutely on the money, Mike.
I mean, you think about this here, this ultimately gives them potentially access to the Rolling Thunder, the lockdown,
It's
maybe
some
even
really
the Hunter's Fury.
impactful ults that you just You don't want to be giving it up for free. So 2-1 as it stands. NRG, lovely turn in the second there. The punish on Trex, he'll be kicking himself for that, but again,
well, with that
diligent.
fumble on A-Long, now I want to see what Koi's attempt is to control that. If NRG are going to kind of rely on this smoke as a default setup early on, I mean, what's the response from Koi? First time we've seen some emphasis towards A here in terms of numbers, but NRG aren't there to greet it. With that alarm bot placement here down the bottom of C-Long, I feel like this might even be a quick C-piece.
Yeah, early operator coming out as well for Wolfen. Round 4, straight onto it. And you're absolutely on it this time around. C-piece to be seen, looking at Shados here, committing to the site, and actually gets away with straight up murder until then. FNS with a quick trade, the Classic doing more than enough apparently. That's going to be gutting for them. But the site not quite fully under control just yet. FNS goes down, a little bit chipped towards Victor, but mostly gets away unscathed.
So numbers advantage here for Koi.
They're all on the site. NRG unable to back away from this. And yeah, Koi just collapsing on towards them. Victor, a 1v3 required. They're playing together on this. It's going to be rough for Victor here. Might get the first on one. They line up a little, but actually it's Koldamenta. Keeps
the
it clean.
step back saves them there. And 3 will survive. Operator saved as well. I like the little swap out there for Wolfen to be able to dash back onto site. Nice little bait, actually. As soon as he dashes, Trex posted with that operator. Ready to punch up.
Yeah, in the aftermath, leaving us at 2-2 now. You look at the economy, still going to be fair enough. Yes, Wolfen might be a glass cannon into this, but again, still able to make that operator work. So on the other side, only Victor thus far going to get the ult going. FNS 1 away and Crashies 1 away. So still 2 very much on the cusp here. Could be something to note. And Koi finding response. The C-site seems as though it was going to be a little bit of a pressure point that NRG wanted to look towards, and Wolfen this time willing to fight on towards it.
So it does. I was going to say, Wolfen crouching on the wrong side of Plat there, especially seeing as he's glass cannon with that recon pinging him. He was actually over on the left side of Plat there to try and avoid that dart.
We'll see how Shados handles this. We haven't seen too much flex through Garage just yet. We haven't seen that look come in.
Well, default shock dart to try and deal with potentially the alarm bot or something placed in the middle of Garage. Still that nano swarm on the door. I think that's on the back of the turret contact.
Yep, and it's a bit of a spray, doesn't really find too much for it, and we'll have to now rescind the control towards Garage initially. No big hit towards the site, but now with that amount of utility coming in, they know that they've lost that. So many ults now coming through. This will be a full retake at this point. I'm looking to see what's anyone trying to work anything in him. No, this is all just going to be respect the plant. They'll probably push up a little towards CT. You've got a deeper Garage hold, but other than that...
Concern being, there's no flank here.
Nope.
So, Som's going to feel really comfortable at the bottom of C-Long here. Couple of members of Koi maybe looking to flank Garage, but with a double stack in there from NRG, this is problematic here. Haven't got that same pop from CT this time around.
They absolutely don't. There's very little pressure coming in unison here. Victor finally feels it coming in through the top of Garage. That looks like a high priority, and yes, the paranoia catches, so they do manage to start taking in towards Garage. Looking towards CT, they don't have to find the same success. Crashies holding them back with a second. And now Koldamenta needs to do some serious work. 3 is all he can find, and that's all he's going to get. Sarzo going to take that operator out of there, and the 2 will remain. Som and Artist still alive, and NRG going to make it to the 3rd.
If we see Koi continuously rely on this operator, I mean, we've talked about credited their ability to swap it out to Trex previously, then Wolfen dash on, but
yep.
I want to see some early round value from it.
Seeing
whether or not
nothing
NRG are doing a good job here of prioritizing towards C-Long,
Sure.
maybe trying to navigate away from Wolfen, but Koi need to see a return on this investment. Because if they're going to play these retake setups, the operator becomes such a disadvantage for them.
Darzo currently has the operator.
Wolfen on the Blade Storm, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Want to see how that looks. Again, this is what we're just learning. It's just how do these teams kind of shape up here. Gonna hear that rattle through. Early utility to deny space.
And this smoke again.
I've actually slipped a player up behind it as well, so I'm going to play off the back of that and get quite early in towards sewers.
A big positive. Right, Wolfen's here with the Blade Storm. There's a recon bolt behind it just to clear the space. NRG might actually use that to advantage. Koi might feel like this is a little bit of a pump in the early round. Wolfen's going to have his hands full.
He's got to do well here. He needs it. And a 1-for-1 trade felt like he needed a little more, but Trex quickly on the case. Going to backfill that and take down Artist, so keep favorable numbers.
Beautiful
4v3 and they fall away.
Beautiful flash from Starzo there as well. All the way back from that CT arch. That actually gives Koi the numbers advantage here. FNS maybe just waiting on that fault line to come back. Still got 2 flashes to work with, but lots of tools at the disposal of Koi.
What?
Som had both smokes up there as well.
He had everything to play with still. Not sure if they felt that they had that for free. I'm not sure what the read was there. Maybe feeling Trex was the only one on the site, but again, the flash had to come from somewhere. Plants come in, but it's 2 to try and hold it. No flank on this either, all through CT or Heaven.
So FNS has to be super aggressive here.
How are you going to do so much damage? Yeah, Shados and Trex. Quick work, light work.
NRG feel like they got the read there, that Koi are going to rotate off A site, but certainly feels a little uncomfortable to see an Omen with both smokes available. Just shift walking out of short.
Dreamy for Starzo on the other side, obviously. Can ask for an easier start on that.
Maybe just looking to catch a timing on somebody, catch somebody off guard.
Thought maybe if it was faster, you could have caught when Trex was falling away from that potentially. But yeah, maybe not noting there could be an additional player here for that quick trade. And maybe feeling, yeah, after this kill, he had the timing to maybe slip up. But there was a fair amount between that kill and the time they pushed up Sewer. Anyway, 3-3, opportunity now for Koi to build. Operator back in play, but it's Cold Menta this time with it. This is very curious. It's really being filtered around the place. Not sure how I feel about it. And it's off to a quick start for Artist. Straight through towards Sewer. Nothing to really deny him. You've got 1 player on the other side, and that will be Shadow sitting deep towards CT. So this side will be theirs.
Well, I mean, they've got the lockdown. You can see they've got the Nano Swarm to try and just delay the plant a little bit, but there's already bodies in place here for this retake. I almost want to see the lockdown set up here as they've got actually the counter Nano Swarms for it.
Yeah. So looking to see what they try and make this work with. A swing and a jump just off the back of the contact, but great trades for Artist. Finding 2 being pivotal to this round. Make it a 3rd, Artist dicing them up. And just holding towards CT, waiting for that next victim, that next player who dare do it. And no one feels that they can. Trex, ooh, damage done, yes,
1
but
HP for Artist.
Unconfirmed. Artist can now back away, hopefully with his life. And the damage has been achieved here. That quick take towards A was perfect.
I think maybe Koi are just thinking there's a Hunter's Fury available, like there's too many things that we can't pin this retake around the lockdown, but then you got to question why that's the setup initially.
Yeah, if you're not going to play around it, maybe try and post up towards long, try and take the fight there. Not sure, but
like I'm saying, the one kind of way to make sure that you find some value off that is make sure that lockdown goes as basically as the spike is being planted. I'll make sure actually as well with Trex posting the Hunter's Fury, there's an opportunity to counter crashes. Yeah, lots of questions there. If that was the plan from the get-go, why they didn't follow through from that. Maybe just a frantic call. They had bodies there early enough.
When we look at these teams, they're not quite in that full form yet. We're still seeing a couple of those arrows being quite exploitative at this point. Mid-pressure seen this time. Starzo's got to be very careful here. That owl drone very much... Yeah, Starzo's lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
Very lucky to be alive. Yes, there was backup there, but again, early presence towards this B site has been pulling the rotations.
Force Starzo back into a fully supportive role here on 42 HP. Still got some utility to work with. 2 away from that Rolling Thunder as well. And NRG regrouping towards C-Long. Wolfen, unnoted as of yet, but that operator is back online. Doesn't really have a second leg to this defense, though, so...
I need to see around from him, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried here if he's going to be feeling a little rusty, but that's a great shot. Takes down Artist and slips away towards CT. They don't need much more than that. Maybe try and hold backside control, but that's about it.
Now
Spike's going to go down. You're
Potential
absolutely right.
Here.
This should be the one.
Shadows is late, though.
Yeah, didn't quite catch the timing on the paranoia there either. Stun not going to do it. Now Som left to his own devices. Actually able to get to safety, not punished either. Koi struggling to capitalize on some of this utility, and FNS feeling it, gets involved, loses his head, but takes down one with him.
Koi considering the safety, you can see already, they're retreating.
It's enough, yeah.
FNS, I mean, luckily he swings in there to try, I don't know, maybe to catch one off guard, but they're trying to retrieve the operator as well. Opportunity for him to just find 2 or 3 inside that smoke. A crazy play from FNS. I gotta say, I come out of that round scratching my head a little bit. Is that all on the back of holding on to the operator? They didn't even save that.
No, they didn't.
Another situation where the lockdown's available for a retake, and Koi have looked pretty good on some of these retakes.
Yes. It's just like they're missing that one step, that next layer, which I'm kind of waiting to see that lockdown be part of. And this was the first shot from Wolf and did manage to make it out. And sadly, that utility, you can see it just not finding purchase there. And FNS just heating up, going in on it. It was enough to send them walking away, though. So by all means, 3 to 5
the
now.
question I have, at that point, are Koi looking to save that operator with 4 standing and a lockdown of it? That's why I come away scratching my head.
It felt like it. Which I don't know if I love just yet, but... And look at the pressure. Early pressure from NRG towards Long. No subtlety about it this time, and 3 players on the other side. So they continue this way. Wolf and Drex both on this.
Flash on Long here.
And yeah, this is when trouble aplenty. They can't escape. They can't run. Oh, and it's a crash. He's catching them by the heels. Huge punish with the util coming out. Lovely combo work coming in with FNS. And now the sight's on the platter. Starzo has to respect it. This could be another 3-man safe.
It could be, yeah. This is one where actually don't even bother with that lockdown. Crash is still with that Hunter's Fury available. Yeah, Koi already making their way over towards Garage. Not seeing that same level of confidence we saw on Icebox. Well, they've been knocked just a little bit coming into this map too. And again, that pressure mounting with every round. Elimination looming here for Koi.
You can see the smiles creeping onto NRG's faces too. Crashy's starting to look
I mean, this is where they start to thrive, these players.
And you need this. It is a new roster, right? And all the practice is great. All of the, everything you do leading up to this, but it's about how you play in the game. The officials, there's no practice like officials. And seeing them hitting confidence now, looking nice with the synergy, lovely combo work coming in. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff so far.
That extends the gap to 3 rounds. It's another round that they're just forced to try and cling to these weapons. Very few positives to take away from some of these rounds for Koi. Love this creep up as well, and Koi almost in the right place at the right time. It looks like they're ready to pop off of a flash to clear Long, but the Rolling Thunder posted just as they're about. I think it's going to come on the back of a contact of a smoke or something. If NRG put down a smoke on Heaven or towards Spawn, that's when they're going to try and clear through, but I'm just not seeing that decisiveness from Koi once again. Crediting how proactive they were on Icebox and taking space back, denying space from NRG. Haven, a very different story now, Lauren, and I'm already starting to get worried. We're in round 10. It's a 6-3 scoreline, but the nature in which these rounds are going, I'm already very concerned.
I think the concern's warranted, and probably as to why Barbar's hit the panic button here. Hit the timeout.
We've got to see a switch up coming out of this one.
I need to see intent. I need to see commitment behind it. I get why you're trying to save as the core 3 to try and keep those the buys coming in, keep a little bit of that strength. But at some point you got to
away from 3 defensive rounds in a row, saving.
No, not like this. Not against someone like NRG. They will continue to spiral. Their money's looking beautiful.
They know they're winning the mental game.
Absolutely.
All that says to NRG is like they are terrified on the retake.
They don't even try it.
Yeah.
There's no negative for NRG in this. They are happy with that. Now for Koi, you've got to also remember, I guess, to an extent, the mental impact from map 1. Losing in the fashion they did after being so close is incredibly heavy to deal with. Let's see if there's a change up after the timeout. Let's see what Barbar's got for the boys.
Got to see something from this 3-man setup on A.
Now the harder part
here, brilliant. First tick in the box. Wolfen, does he get caught on the way back out? No.
Lovely.
Come away. Completely untraded first blood here, and it's Som to fall. No smokes available for NRG.
But they're already in on the B side somewhat. Coldamenta really keeping note of that, though. Does find Victor, but it was Artis who slipped through. And yeah, Koi now starting to go through the motions. It's working perfectly. Koi looking comfortable now. And Artis last one alive. It ain't pretty, but he gets the job done. Coldamenta, no worries in that. And the difference there is night and day. Flawless round. Prime Gaming flawless round coming in 4-6. But this is when I was a little worried for Koi, because obviously, so let's say we came to the conclusion, a little bit more aggression and confidence behind it and commitment behind it could be a good answer for Koi. Obviously, if you're NRG, you're also aware of that. I was going to see a default, see if that would come in. But this was lovely from Wolfen. Job done, gets away.
The next question on the list is sustainability, right? How many times now
do you have that set up and ready for everywhere?
Yeah,
You
you
got that
have that one opportunity to come out of the timeout, catch somebody off guard, disrupt that kind of default early on.
Look at FNS straight away, looking to try and find the punish on this one. They sat ready for it though, turning the flash as well, and Wolfen just getting his head into this one. Straight in once, it doesn't get it, gets denied, and Artist sends him away. It's the player's life too, does not fall on a trade.
Again though, where's the second layer to that? There's two other members of Koi on A site, and Wolfen's the one to...
He's desperate for it.
I mean, you never want to be the person to have to dash on and take a 1v1 with Artist, but...
No. Okay, I don't mind this though.
Hats off to the kid. He's going to hear this alarm bot as well, I think.
Yep. Well.
Does anybody see this smoke? They're going to see it when they get past these boxes.
Coldamenta, I feel like he's dead there. Yeah, absolutely dead. NRG's timing could not have been better. Falling away from this Coldamenta, maybe feeling they were still meandering around A long, and there actually are still two players here.
Som's going to get a dirty lurk behind this.
They're double pump.
They're going to deny them from saving.
Yeah, look at that. Perfect read again. Just backfilling this off the contact towards long. They knew that they'd have to respect that and pull those three players back to potentially deal with the C hit. There was a lot of players seen. So again, this is perfect calls, lovely reads. But actually, Starzo still sharp for one, but he needs a bit more. There's still 4 players alive here, and you're down to Trex and Shados. They've been sitting, playing for these, you know, saves and trying to keep these weapons up. And Trex is still desperate for it because Artist was maybe overheating a little in that. Want to try and punish Trex again. Still dancing around, but he's got 5 HP. There's only so much one man can do, and it's all but done. NRG pull it right back in.
So we're starting to see some of these plays that we're kind of talking about, right? There's smiles on the faces from NRG. This updrafting into the Aldrone on Heaven. Coming into the last round here. Have that operator available. Everything but the Hunter's Fury for Koi. Again, NRG firmly in control of this half.
But 4-7 isn't a terrible half if they convert the last round.
I mean, I hate the fact that we're in round 12 and we're still talking about the same lockdown I was 7 rounds ago. And we've seen a couple of setups for a retake.
Well, no point saving now. In we go, site now taken. Artist plants the flag there and actually takes the scalp off of Trex. What a shot. Trex looks so unaware there was even a chance of that, and Coldamenta chomping at the bit to try and maybe find a fight through CT. No. And we're actually going to see the lockdown coming in, but this time it's
all a fake.
Yep. Oh my god, the spike's over towards A. Well. And you still got the slip through here as well from Artist. He's still doing them dirty. Victus already. NRG. This is perfection from them. And now Starzo.
Starzo doesn't know where it's planted. He doesn't know where it's planted.
Lost and confused.
It's painful. Yeah. The penny's dropped. The penny's dropped. And this is the thing, NRG just absolutely running rings around Koi. That's a really uncomfortable finish to that half.
Yeah, that will take the wind out of your sails by a country mile. You had to respect it, right? By all accounts, it looks like they're hitting the site. There's a lockdown. There's Artist over and towards Garage, but all in the meantime, they're still holding mid. They're still slow creeping towards the A site. And they're gutted for it.
I think Barbar knew it wasn't safe.
I think he was also aware. I think shake it off 4-8. It's still a better half than the first map technically, but it's the way it looked, Mike. It didn't look pretty, but that's for the desk now to talk about.
Thank you very much, Pansy and Hypok. Yes, a much better half for NRG on this map already. And how many times have they forced Koi into saving Mimi? I don't think I've ever seen a team save that many times rounds in a row.
Yeah, that was brutal. I want to talk about some of these post plants from Optic, and we had one specific round to take a look at in that regard. For Koi, their whole game plan in this map was really that we're going to give sites, we're going to play retake with our Breach and Sova, but that just wasn't working out. Take a look at this one. Wolfen gets the opener. They completely back off C and go for another one of these fast retakes. But look how ready this NRG squad is for it. They put a molly forward, then Finesse, once he runs out of utility, knows the best he can do is go forward, make an individual play, and Koi is just forced to save. Consistently, this game plan that Koi had going in was utterly shut down by NRG.
Yeah, like you said, you know, how many times, I think it was around 3 or 4 at the very least, that they were forced to save. It was just so well played here, round over round. I mean, sure, Koi, they do get that timeout call. They come in, they get a surprise jump on NRG. They catch them off guard, but then you go into the very next round and it just can't work again. They just, simply cannot out-game right now Finesse. He has just ascended. He's reascended to Optic status. Looks like that first map, that first half rather, of Icebox was just shaking off the rust a little bit. It's been a while since he's been up on the stage, but he and Artis in particular, the way that they've been layering and chaining together their utility, playing off one another, has been absolutely fantastic, and that is something that Koi has been lacking. You're talking about these attempted retakes, etc. As we get ready to shift over and have energy on the defending side, I can only imagine that if they do get into a retake scenario, that same synergy is going to come into play and they should be able to get the retake time and time again. So Koi needs to step up. It's do or die for them now.
That is so brutal for Koi here. You lose this map, you're out. You're sent home immediately. It is such a tough situation for this newly put together team to be in. And now there's a lot of questions about this second half. Do they have it in their tank? It really has to start with this pistol round.
I mean, luckily getting 4 means it's completely doable here. We want to see some of that synergy that NRG have shown on the side of Koi going into this last half, because Pansy and Hypog, if they don't, they're going home.
That's the beauty of this tournament, the brutality of it all. For something so beautiful as NRG's comeback on map 1 to exist, the potency of it, the capability to pull it off, it has to be this dangerous, this much on the line for it. So we go back in the second half. Koi with 4 rounds to the name, NRG with 8. How much can Koi do to pull this game back in? Can a third potentially come through here? Or Energy just a little too sharp?
Be able to get this plant down. Starter eating that first shot. Now the second might even find him. Somehow skips away.
They're trying to crunch, so look at this off-tempo hit. I love it, trying to catch the players who are still on the side, which they might just do here. Victor, lovely, gonna get one, but a quick trade from Wolfen. Still standing, can't stand much longer. The site now waving the NRG banner as Koi relegated towards long, but can they hold this plant? Som's on it. He ain't moving. He's looking pretty safe right here.
No.
Som ain't gonna move. What? Trex! He got him off it, and now Crushy's with Trex! You absolute god! Saving Koi in the first round in the second half.
I don't want to see how close it was to the defuse there.
Show me it again,
I
please.
don't even want to know.
I want to see it. I have to.
I mean, thank God. Because that would have been the worst way for the second half to start, would be 3 people sat at the bottom of C-Long going, oh, he's stuck it.
He's still defusing.
Yeah, he's stuck that.
Someone ping the spike. That was so good. Trex. Bloody hell.
I got to say it again, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. That sort of round, it doesn't really feel like there's going to be sustainability, right? You don't get given many of them against NRG.
No, you don't. But again, also it shouldn't have come down to Som pulling off the pseudo ace.
Yep.
So you know what? If that's what it takes, if that's
Swings
the spark, then so be it. Bring me something, Koi. Show me a little bit of that fire here. We have a great idea. We've got some incredible players. Can they close the gap? NRG coming back into this, respecting the second round here. Not the force back in, nothing really. I think, yeah, just a frenzy for Artis, and that is it. So you want to be looking at Koi, 5 alive, plant coming in. You cannot make errors now. You're on this attacking side with the scoreline as it was, precarious. It didn't feel like a good first half. So let's see if the recovery's there. But again, do they feel the stack? There's 4 players here. Do they care?
I smoke from Som as well, just to try and deny this dash through from Wolfen, but it's actually Trex to find it. FNS will find a response actually, and is that weapon retrieved?
No,
There's 2!
No, this is such an error. Artis is still alive, but it's only Artis, and thankfully, Shados was still alive. The turret will at least give away the game. That got so dangerous. For a second there, it could have swung.
For a moment, I think that was a rifle retrieved on site. And again, they still have that safety net of Som smoking off that cross towards default, gives them a little pocket to deny Wolfen and really actually disrupt that spacing behind it. Luckily, Trex, I think, finds a kill through that smoke.
Wolfen made a bit of a meal of that as well, looking kind of panicked. He was under a lot of pressure at the start there, but I want to watch this again.
Yeah, this kill right here. So Trex really the one to deny that rifle coming back to bite Koi in the ass, honestly.
What a hero. From the first round to this already, starting to try and mitigate the danger. But you've got to say, NRG are always dangerous. They're finding little bits and pieces. Som, are you trying to set this into motion?
That's going to be a chunky paranoia if it's thrown.
This could be huge. Oh, how dare you do this to me? I've been absolutely debated. And now it's a little too late, Som! You got to run, you got to try and hide. Yeah, luckily a little bit of utility behind it, counter utility to slow that roll if they're trying to maybe springboard into that. And they can at least dismantle that first hold here.
what the second step to this round is for Koi. Not much achieved off the back of that information, and actually NRG already completely reshuffled their formation.
But I love this, posting up some deep on C long.
Yeah, yeah.
You have a proactive, not hyper proactive, but you know, at least taking a potential fight here. Crashies. They're keeping great information on the extremities, which is still very kind of telling that they're still working mid. They're still towards Garage.
I mean, what are Koi waiting for though? Finally, they're going to drift back into Garage here. The alarm bot was dealt with earlier.
35
Still a turret
seconds.
to catch this contact, but yeah, the clock really has run down here, and the spike is long. So
Okay.
okay, Coldamenta
Okay.
just finds a drive-by. Yep,
Yep.
round saved.
There we go. That's exactly what you depend upon. But the 3 players left alive. Anything to look at here? Not really. They're not in a position to really challenge. Plant comes in. Be nice to recover some of these rifles if possible. You can see Starzo already looking towards that. And yeah, at this point, just keeping what they have. Now when we here's the thing. People look and go, well, they won the round, so what's the problem? You're looking at trying to keep your...
I come back to that there. It's Coldamenta coming up. The second player on C long there with the spike is Trex, who's kind of bound to his utility there ahead of that execution. If someone wins that 1v1 with
And Wolfen couldn't
Coldamenta,
have swung. He couldn't have made it around to be able to swing long either. He was coming out of Garage. There's no way that timing would have worked for him.
so it's again by the finest of margins that actually Koi find this, but it's going to put them within touching distance.
It certainly does.
And that's the bottom line.
And that's big. Taking one of the rifles away makes these kind of reinvestments incredibly difficult, and Trex desperate to do damage. Oh, it's down to 25. Looking like they're going to hold it. Okay, nice. Yeah, keeping the 2 rifles, but that's all they're going to get. On the other side, the reinvestments are fine. Their economy's in a pretty decent spot for Koi now.
How far can Koi take this?
They need
CNRG will
it.
ride this one out, so it's almost given we're going to have a tie game here.
Let's go.
I'm here for it.
Look, I'm already sweating, and it's not even because of the game. All right, it's about to get a little heated in here. But you're right. I want to see Koi play percentages, and when we say that, it's such a boring statement to make. Maybe for those not in the know, it is a percentage-based
Explain
game.
it to VLR for us.
I was going to at least flame
Put it
Reddit,
in
not
VLR terms.
No,
for us.
you put in VLR lower than Reddit. That's
Yeah, I am.
crazy.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
You're wild for that one, Mike. Your mentions are going to be a little rough for a while, but you know what? Now, at this point, it's just, I want to see Koi try and play at least percentage Valorant, where you're giving yourself the best chance possible.
The way
right?
they did on Icebox. I got to say,
Correct,
again,
that attacking side.
Yeah.
Oh, divine. But remember how low that clock was as well with that spike on. That's kind of like tied all together. It was about 30 seconds at that point. Yes, Wolfen won on the site, but I'm a little bit worried at this sort of conjuncture if this starts going wrong.
Yeah, and the question comes back to kind of just thinking back to what was happening for Koi outside B there. I mean, Starzo's kind of waiting for a flash, waiting for something to, you know, NRG to show themselves, expose themselves somewhere. And that's why I'm kind of left questioning why then the audible comes the, yeah, let's re-hit Garage, re-clear through Garage. Whether or not Starzo is going to plant a fault line or a flash outside B just to kind of plant the seed of doubt, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, but if we're talking about percentages, I want to see them be diligent at trying to clear towards A, because they walked into the stack before, and if they do this again, there's now a little bit more potency behind it. 4 players here, and they felt enough pressure. They're not sticking around on this, and that's the right read, considering NRG had 4 players moving down towards long with utility behind it. Now, Victor on the other side, what does he have? It is just the Stinger. I say just because of where we're at right now. He's going to hear these steps. He's going to call it out. Wolfen.
Spacing again. Wolfen is half a mile ahead of the rest of the team. And he's punished for it.
And it's given them a way back in. Yeah, yes, there's still utility with Koi, but there's the same to be said with NRG, and they've got a couple of guns here. Artis has the rifle, as does FNS.
Artis actually being given a second or third shot. Thank God Shados finds that headshot.
That was getting sloppy, getting messy, and now they're losing out on numbers. Trex going to try and at least bulk up some of the defense on towards C long, and by all accounts, it's looking okay. FNS is going to have to try and find 3 sitting pretty deep towards long. I think he knows that rifle is more valuable than the chance of him being able to convert into this round here.
And even there with that completely untraded first blood, which is a real concern. I mean, if anybody else is there to kind of solidify that C-site hold with Victor, then it gets really concerning.
Oh god, because you imagine a swing from the back of Plat or something like that?
I mean, we've questioned this a few times. Wolfen has been great for this, you know, creating space, but there's been a couple of rounds where Koi They're stacked up as 4 on long there. Like,
Yep.
somebody should fill that gap.
It-
Somebody should fill that gap.
It feels like we have been complimenting him the way he's been approaching it, but it feels very selfless, but also then, okay, then work off the back of the benefit of him either taking that space or dying potentially. It's like you can benefit from it even if he's just, going head first for Halos. I'm kind of hoping we see a little bit of that. Maybe he's playing ahead of the timing they want. Maybe he's the one who's a little offsetting this. Again, you're working with new players on stages. Wolfen is not an experienced
It could be
player.
a synergy that can be tweaked further down the line.
Oh,
A little bit of
no
a switch
rest.
up here, though. Ardis,
Ooh, he's sticking around. What's going to force him off
he
this?
knows about the cross as well.
And Ardis is a nasty player with this operator. Pull the trigger on the 3rd
Oh.
second. Real close to it as well. And he feels that's a pressure point. Time to back away now. Doesn't want to give that pendulum swing over towards Koi, who is still willing to try and take back this long pressure.
They're happy to fight for this as well. And actually, Victor's here with the lockdown available just in case things go wrong. Trex does have their Hunter's Fury for it.
Ardis hasn't fully fallen away either. He
No.
still wants this one pick. But this is going to burn so much utility if they are diligent about this. But I'm worried it's just going to be Wolfen taking a wander.
Well, there's no fault line. Now there is. Starzo's fault line just coming back online, as I said that. So the flash available.
Okay. Ardis adjusting long, finds Shados. It's gorgeous. NRG posting up pretty aggressively on these angles, not sitting deep by any means, and actually not falling back. But they have lost side control. Gordamenta so unaware, didn't even turn, didn't even look towards it. And now just 2 on the site here, surrounded. No comfort to be found. Maybe can fall away too long, but they need to win a fight and find some safety somewhere. The chip damage coming out from Trex could have given them a second to breathe and think, but it ain't going to be for long.
Set up here for the utility as well. Trex forced a little closer towards spawn. Actually
Trex.
not caught by the paranoia though.
He needs to, he might be good. Oh, FNS
Oh,
keeps
no.
on running and Trex just falls. Starzo a 1v4. Position is pretty considered. They had players in sewer, they had CT
get
dealt
out
with.
either.
There's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. He's dead and buried. NRG smothering Koi now.
A little bit of a switch up here. Ardis on that operator creating some problems for Koi to overcome. Actually, it's the second layer. Victor to find that follow-up kill here to really shut down A site. You said again, it's a little awkward with these smokes, creating pockets to play behind here.
Yep.
And NRG playing off them time and time again. We saw it in the attacking half as well. So credit really to Som in that regard. Just mixing things up and leaving Koi guessing. Like you said, Koldamenta none the wiser to somebody drifting back out of that smoke.
8-9 though, scoreline still close enough.
Still got to buy behind this for Koi as well. Blaze Storm to offset that. Actually almost looking a little healthier behind this purchase than NRG are.
Let's get that spacing right with Wolfen here. Ardis, present. Sees nothing beyond this though. That's just
Now-
garage control taken.
Previously this ended up on a re-hit towards C. This is when Koi paused outside waiting for that utility cooldown, but it looks like Crashies might be tested here on A long. The Owl drone is from very, very deep in spawn, so not going to get deep information. Actually, response is there from Crashies, and he should find info, yeah? Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Oh.
the Hunter's Fury just slowed things down.
Oh,
It's a double tag!
This could be massive, and it is. Crashy's finding Koldamenta.
Another 2 tags!
He's done so much damage to the lockdown just to make sure he's safe.
Look
but
at
now
the
they're
time.
hesitant. They've got 35 seconds, and they've got no information. They've got
There's
nowhere
still
to go.
2 on C, Lauren.
Garage is a player in it. Wolfen's running into his death. He has no idea. They already cleared it earlier, but Som's here. Perfect play from
Oh
Som.
my God.
Positioning divine. He's read the round. And now Trex, it's a formality again. And Som played that so well. The positioning was great. Credit to Crashies. You cannot question that round.
That is poetry in motion from NRG there. Crashes with the Owl drone, just finds the blind tag. But it's the Hunter's Fury. I think the reveals another 2 or 3
Yeah,
players
off the
here.
back. Yeah.
30 seconds left.
Insane value from that ultimate. And then, you know, everybody barreling towards this C-site hit late on behind the lockdown. 3 of them are minus 80.
Yeah.
They're squishy walking into
Yeah.
Som in Garage. A beautiful round. So well structured from NRG.
That was really
And that's
nice.
Crashies on an island.
I cannot fault how he played that.
I mean, also as well, just to note, Victor has a supportive role there. Even if Crashies doesn't find anything off the Hunter's Fury, the lockdown is immediate.
It's there. No doubt to it. No second guessing.
If they kill Crashies, they can't take side.
Exactly. That's time for rotations. We can still. It's great foresight. They're so aware of what they need to achieve. They instantly bail their player out. How many times are we saying Shados is on an island? Where's the support? Finally, yes, Trax did come through on map 1, but again, this sort of synergy is what you expect from that core coming in.
But it's the confidence as well behind that setup from NRG. Two people just absolutely cemented on C site. Som drifts into Garage, tucks into a dirty little off angle. I think finds 3, maybe even 4 by the end of that round.
Yeah, he pushed out for it.
But it's the confidence that NRG have that that's going to pay off.
They're playing so well here.
Unfortunately, quite with the way this map has gone as well, it's another round that just feels like they're chasing their own tail.
They're feeling very red. Even that close owl drone, it feels like they're feeling so red in this game, and NRG weren't even there. They were just in the right places behind it. But again, we go through. We look at what we've got here. Wolfen, maybe depending on the knives. Everyone else able to fashion a purchase. Operator still in the hands of Ardis. Not really have to see that sing just yet, but it could be the round now. Wolfen first on the chopping block, potentially. Ardis. Could be a big test for him here. Flash goes up, and the swing. Uncharacteristic miss, spurred a second by the cherry. He knows he's under pressure. Wolfen trying to close the gap here, chase them down. They're actually going to slip out through CT. All the players backing away from this one.
So yeah, do have the Rolling Thunder available for this. And do they opt to actually pull the trigger here as the par comes through? Starzo maybe going to get pinned onto site here.
He's in trouble. He's in real trouble. Wolfen wins one fight towards Garage, but it's an absolute bloodbath in favor to NRG here. Back on the side here, Wolfen needs more. Needs massive impact. He ain't gonna get it. Shados needs it, doesn't get it either. It's NRG clean on the play back in, and now it's 11 calling, and NRG willing to answer. They are looking good, Mike.
Well, the response is there in the second half. Have to see how it lies here for Koi. Again, questions start to rise now about the funds. Still got 3 ultimates to work with. It's not a comfortable purchase. And they're really at a crossroads here. A 3-round deficit, NRG knocking on the door of map and series point, elimination point for Koi.
Yeah, we can't stress enough how hard this call is going to be. And the buy's changed already, Mike. If you caught a glimpse of it before, they're going like armors, they're going rifles, they're trying to scrape this together. They know they need this round. It's been 3 on the trot now for NRG. It's time to wake up for Koi. They have to try and pin all these pieces together that have been lacking. And Som, respecting this hit, needs to get the hell out of danger. C-site is theirs. Spike is on the way.
And have the same opportunity for the retake here. So Koi just felt like that was the one thing that went wrong for them. It's an open plant, Nano Swarm down. Wolfen going to entertain the idea of sticking around for it. Actually, Shados considering the lockdown here.
But look at the flank. 4 players on the flank, and Trax is util in hand. There's no one here. If he crests that corner, that's 2 core with the paranoia. It's going to call all the players in. Starzo takes a whole lot of damage. He's down to 6 HP. They got to buy time. They got to do something. Golden-Menta dives into the jaws of it. Trax stunned. NRG battering them down. And a 3v2. Wolfen and Starzo still alive in a switch of position. Som dips in towards the site, avoids the stun. Still fighting, still standing, tapping on the spike for Wolfen. He's behind both of them. Find them.
Oh my God.
What a time for the young gun to find some form.
Everybody falls though, and that was the forced purchase from Koi. They're going to come out of that licking their wounds. Going to have to scrape together another purchase. Further investment here in terms of the ultimate. But it's do or die, and they deliver around here. They find their 9th.
He was desperate, clawing into this, and I mean, it was just manic.
I mean, thank God for this. Starzo was on, what, 3 HP as well there.
Just bleeding, the walking wounded, unable to do too much. 9 to 11. What buy do they have this time? Oh, Spectres. I think it was only like 2 rifles I saw as well. So getting harder and harder to make this one work, and it looks like a rinse and repeat. Run it back from the last round. Som dips to CT, and you can see the site taken. Wolfen and Shados need to have impact here. Trex has his ult as well. And we're going to see the plant coming through.
You can say with a couple of Spectres, they can't actually rely heavily on this long setup either.
But they're all going to it.
I mean, it's only the Hunter's Fury to play off here.
Tell me
Long.
they're going to get proactive through mid. Tell me something, Mike.
Tell me they re-clear Garage. It looks as if there's going to be Shados and Coldamenta going that way. Victor immediately punished. Hudson Fury posted. That's going to catch Starzo and Trex, actually.
And the counter roll comes in. They need some value, and it's fallen by the wayside. Trex and Coldamenta, the last two alive.
He's
The
sticking it.
defuse, he ain't moving. He's going to hold this one down. It's all falling to pieces
no.
right in front of their eyes. 12 for NRG, and Koi are left in tatters.
It's almost the same as the way this half started as well. Like I said, with just the Hunter's Fury and three or four Spectres even in the mix there, it doesn't feel like a comfortable position to sit all the way on C-Long. And the thing is here, Coldamenta is the second layer of that flank, but as soon as he shows his hand, he's dealt with. Coming to this, and it's looking even bleaker. A Blade Storm to work with now, but scraps, odds and ends thrown into this for Koi. One rifle in the hands of Trex. And they're looking to spin the wheel. B-site will be their focus point here.
There's so much of it on the ground still. Wolfen's going to take a fair amount of damage. Yeah, softened up, comfortable for Victor. No sweat for him. The smoke into play, and Koi gets sent back. They did not find the impact, but they can't even quickly springboard. Still util in towards Garage. Position now noted. They're not finding what they need here, but a quick flex towards C. Again, do they dare keep doing this? And Victor, he's on the hunt. He's feeling confidence. He's got the boys beside him. Trex on the flank can only do so much. Finds one.
What?
What is that from Victor?
Oh my God!
What in God's name is that? Coldamenta now surrounded. He's dead. He's buried. And Victor sends him to his grave.
What the hell was that from Victor to close out Haven?